All right, traders. Well, we're back again. Here is the midday live trading room here, brought to you by TDM Academy. Guys, we're on Mondays to Fridays, 4 sessions there, 9:30, 12, 1500 hours, and 1800 hours. Yeah, it's good to be with you. Ashley Reed, if you're joining for the very first time, it's a privilege. It's really an honor to be with you guys here. We're going to get started. Lots of zones to discuss, price levels, possible entry points that many people are watching. But remember, it's information, it's opinion, and it should not be construed as advice in any way. But once again, guys, yeah, it's good to be with you. I'm seeing the guys. I see Brett's on there with me. Jules is here. 3 stars on there. Jace is here. Pete is here. Welcome. We're giving a bit of time for some of the slow pokes to come online as well. Tandy with me right there. Got you. Links has been shared there, guys. If you'd like to sign up, you can visit www.tdmarkets.com. Our live chat is available. Get to our website if there's any queries, requests, anything that you'd like to, get in with our support team. You can also reach them via care@tdmarkets.com. So, guys, we are back, and it's really going well. I'd like to say on the charts. But before we dig in, let's just give some of the guys, just a bit of chance just to come online and just join us over here. So like the stream, not the chat in there, the stream, and obviously share it as well, because we'll get quite a few guys coming online to assist us. All right. Now, what's important is that we'll be sharing, not only the zones we identify in the market structure, but we'll also be chatting about, some educational points there, which helps, all our students. Obviously, guys, we have in the next couple of days, we'll inform all of our guys moving forward. You'll be receiving some updated communication from us. So just be patient while that comes through on our private sessions. There'll be a competency assignment that you'll be tasked to do. But that will be coming out in the next couple of days. All right. So just be patient for when that does happen, so that you can get engaged in that as well. All right. And that's where we were discussing quite a few things. And you will obviously know exactly what that is when it is underway. But for now, meet us every day here, Mondays to Fridays, moving forward at those times, 9:30, 12, 3, and 6. All right. Some of the slow pokes, I'm seeing Young Sunny's there too. And don't forget, like the stream. All right, let's move, guys. I think we're okay. The other guys will join in. They'll join in as we do go along. So let's maybe start from the top. Let's start from the top. We've been digging into that oil price there, guys. We've been digging into it. We've been seeing what's happening, and we've been very clear about the current status. We know the inflation or the inflationary war that's happening globally here is still going on. We have the Middle East tension there between the US and Iran. There's been a 10-day peace agreement. But we are very aware, guys, that, this is not just now. There was previously more agreements that went on. It did not last. And if you tune into some of the streams myself and T did with CPI and NFP, you'll quickly begin to see the narrative. All right. We really have put ourselves in a position now to understand a little bit more because of what happened end of Feb up until now. These guys, and as much as they waving around these agreements and, the strait is open and it's not open now, they need to get into a room and shake some hands. All right. Shake some hands. Let the world see. Because at this point in time, it's just agreements flying north, south, east, and west. But there's nothing, that one can say from what we're seeing, or at least what we are privy to, that this tension will come down. At this point, there's just a lot of money that's being made, obviously, from the fluctuation of the oil price there, guys. A lot of companies, a lot of things are happening, obviously, behind the scenes. Some are not doing well, and other places are. That's just how business is being done, isn't it so? And so then we are moving into a place where we're seeing $93 a barrel is what we're gunning for at this point in time. Price to move up to that zones over there. we've been pretty accurate with where price was, 74 up until 91 now. So we've really climbed this structure really well. This is the 4-hour frame. But if you look at the hourly frame, that structure is pretty solid over there. So we're anticipating the structure to halt around the $93 a barrel. Halt right there. And then once it halts and stops right there, we'll then obviously tune in to show you if we possibly move to the next area, which is roughly around the 112. That's going to be an interesting talk, and I'm pretty excited to see what kind of fundamentals and what kind of politics is going to come out of that movement. All right, if any, I do anticipate it to really not correlate, correct again, come back down to the 80s. All right, and then we see what happens after that. But for now, we're still ascending, we're pushing up, and with the oil price going up, the dollar is obviously strengthening. All right, needless to say, go to the 9:30 session. You'll notice I mentioned that with a rising oil price, we have high inflation. This means that we need to hike those interest rates. The US Treasury yield has a higher yield there for investors. This strengthens the case of the dollar. So we're seeing the gold price come down and fluctuating now at these levels here. Like I said to you guys, we still see the gold price going up short term to about $4,203 per ounce. But at this point in time, the minute frames are still correcting. We've had this massive impulse over here. And if I can give you something here, guys, if I can give you something in terms of where it could possibly correct to, I'll be placing at least, let's see if we can get something here. Let me just get the rectangle, and let's see if price corrects until here. All right, let's see if price corrects until that, up to that point over there. If it does, it's okay. Obviously, we are still bullish on this one. So we're going to see what happens here. All right, do we actually come down roughly to the $4,072 per ounce? We're going to have to wait and see on that one. All right, we're going to have to wait and see. Then we have the silver price that's obviously showing up to be pretty bearish today. We're seeing that it has gone up, yes, but we have now had a correction there. Look at that. So what we're anticipating is for the silver price to come down a little bit further. We've been absolutely accurate from 57 to 59. The 57 point level, or the 57 price level, the 59 price level, all right, on silver. And we're anticipating the correction because remember, guys, we do repeat a few things because that's what education is, all right? So there's repetition of information many times. Here we've had an impulse, here we had a correction impulse, we're looking for another correction. That correction, if you look at it from there to there, went down 130, around 135 pips. So if it comes down here, roughly, it's also roughly around there, 135 pips. All right, so you can always measure the impulse by the one that previously happened. Sometimes it goes over, it can be a little bit more. All right, it can be a little bit less as well. It can go to 89, it can go to 174. But we're not anticipating the dollar to strengthen so much where it takes out the entire structure. That's something that you need to understand. All right, so impulse coming, or at least correction coming, and then we push up from there. Euro USD, the same here. We've reached the 1.13 really. And so now we are looking to see if we are going to continue going down beneath the 1.13955. All right, that was a level that we got from Robert Savage, and we're trying to see what happens there. All right, GBP USD, the same thing. We're still moving short here, guys, to the 1.33379. This is the midday report, or at least the midday trading room, to see what is happening. 1.33379 is the area that we are looking to go to. There is divergence at that zone. You can see it. There is divergence there, but we're still looking to go down. All right, one more push to the downside, and then we start moving from that specific angle. All right, I think that's a very important thing for us to note. The AUD USD has now descended down as anticipated. We're pushing to the 0.69853 area where you see that first arrow there. What I'm looking for is this area over here. I'm looking for that one there. All right, so hopefully we start to push down and then we move to that area, 0.69. 0.69562. All right, 0.69562. The NZD-USD, I am still selling here, guys. Look at this. There is a support that's building up here. There is a support building up here. I can see it, and it's coming from this area over here. All right, there's resistance. The resistance is coming in a form of a support, which means, traders, we could be doing something like that. We could be doing something like that. Now look at this. Right there on that wick is where we could possibly correct to. So make arrangements with stop losses roughly to that wick over there. All right, that's a very big possibility at this point in time. That is on the NZD-USD. Don't be fooled by it, all right, to think that, listen, just because price is going up that we're not coming down. This is what happens in trading. You got to wait for the impulse, the correction. So let the correction happen, and look at the body language here of the candles. They're getting smaller and smaller and smaller, which means the steam for the sellers have run out. All right, and you can see there's a divergence. So I'm going to go down now with a few time frames and watch for the green candles to start emerging. Look at that. There's the green candles. Look how they're emerging now. So here there's less green candles, much less green candles, but look as I go down. That's telling us about the support. And this is a dragonfly doji. It's telling us about an aggressive move coming to the upside. So look how the green candles are coming in now. Look at that. Look at the green candles. Yes. Yes. Yeah, more. And you're seeing the divergence here at the bottom. Look at the divergence. Even although we're going down, there's divergence here. So we're seeing that there is definitely an impulse to the upside that's coming here. All right, there's definitely an impulse. Now, some guys will actually buy there. There's some guys that will buy here, and I wouldn't blame them, to be honest. I wouldn't say that they're wrong for that, because there's guys that trade the impulse and there's guys that trade the correction. That's just how it is. There's guys that trade the impulse, there's guys that trade the correction. You need to ask yourself, what do you feel comfortable with? Do you feel comfortable, all right, with trading the impulse or trading the correction? Because that is how price moves every day, all right? Ethan, I see there. What of EuroCat? I'll have a look for you. Not a problem. We'll go and check that one now, all right? So, guys, to conclude here, all right, do you trade the impulse? Do you trade the correction? Choose. Choose. You can trade both of them if you'd like. You can trade one of them. It all depends on you, all right? Then we have the U.S. stock indices. U.S. stock indices. Excuse me, we have the U.S. 30. We've ascended up. We've not gone past that 52,000 area again. We did it yesterday. So this is a correction taking place right now. In this correction, there is impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction. So sometimes the correction, when it breaks the impulse, that is when structure shifts. I'll say that again. Here we have impulse, correction, impulse, correction. This correction has moved up considerably, but not surpassed this impulse here. If we get because this is now the correction, and if the impulse is short now, then it means the structure is getting broken. I hope you guys got that. That's a very important point, all right? It's broken. So we're waiting on this one. We still see upside. That's why I'm pointing that out, all right? Then obviously we have the NAS 100 that we're also tracking. The NAS 100. And the NAS 100 has already shown me some fantastic movement here. I am still waiting for this to go to the upside. I got into this trade yesterday, and it has now come back to the lows that I had mentioned to you. This is the impulse, that's the correction, that's the impulse, that's the correction. So I'm anticipating this correction now to stop and halt at these lows here, and then we have a higher high. That's the structure that I'm trading right now. Guys, here's a key point for you to remember. Indices love trending. So if this breaks that specific area there, it means the trend here, the trending nature of the structure has been broken. Right now, it's still in the trend from here to here. All right. Russell 2000 also had its impulse correction. It's now creating another impulse here. We can either extend up, or we're going to have to wait and see, because this is supposed to be the impulse. If the impulse stops here and we get a correction, it obviously means buyers have run out of steam, and it means we're going deeper into what? This impulse. I'll say that again. I think that is such a very good way to say it. This impulse has its correction, but you can go deeper into the impulse like this, and then you go up. That's important. So Russell 2000 right now is struggling to go back there, but we're already out of this. We're done with this one. It's the NAS that we're looking for. All right. So impulse correction. Do we go deeper into the impulse, which is this one here? This is the impulse. And then we find support there and then go up, or do we go up from here? We're going to have to wait and see. I'll only get out of this trade if it breaks this impulse here. That's it. If it breaks there, I'm out. I'm out. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's move. Let's go to USD JPY quickly. And then Ethan, don't worry. I got you. Okay. I got you. I trade the opportunity when it looks clear. Correction looks beautiful. Yes, Anthony, thank you for that. That's good. Thank you for that information. Trade the opportunity. That's it. When it looks clear and the correction looks beautiful on the NZD USD. I absolutely agree. Ethan, don't worry, I got you on the EuroCAD. Okay, let me just finish up with the major pairs here quickly. Okay. USD JPY. You can see, guys, we're still there. We've not moved here. All right, guys. There's certain assets that I'm not going to repeat, or I'm not going to go into detail, because if they're still at the same area, there's no need for me to repeat. Okay, this is still at the same place. We've not moved away from it. That's the USD JPY. Nothing has moved there. The USD CAD, the same thing. We've not moved. All right, we've still just hit our zone. We've had an impulse. We had a correction. We had an impulse. This is another correction over here. So now we're looking for this impulse to be broken. We need this impulse to be broken over here. All right. Then that's the USD CAD. Now let's go to the CAD. Let me help Ethan over here. So Euro CAD is still bullish. Euro CAD is still bullish. We've not moved. Ash has not moved away from the analysis. We've already hit the first area here, which we anticipated, and we've gone well above the 1.60581. I'm still anticipating this, Ethan. I'm still anticipating 1.61144. All right. Now, what you can always build in like a safety zone. This is a safety zone. The safety zone that I build in here many times is the, hold on. I look at the wick distance right there. All right. Quick look here, guys. I look at the space of the wick and the candle. Space of the wick and the candle. And then I draw a safety zone there where I can place a take profit. All right. Because there is definitely an understanding that price won't always go exactly to the zone. So you have to insulate yourself from risk. Please make a note of that. All right. You got to insulate yourself from risk. So instead of waiting for a price level, rather deal with a zone. You can exit anywhere in the zone over here. That's insulating yourself. You take the wick distance of your level to the candle body close. And that's it. That is insulating yourself from risk. Because many times you wait for it to close your laptop, you'll close your phone, you'll go about your business, you come back, then price goes into the zone, never touches the price point, and then boom, it comes down. And you can end up being in a, maybe here you made $1,000 and there you made $1,005. So it's better to close on $1,000 than to be down 700 or 1,000. Okay, so insulate yourself. Make sure that you do that. Okay. Twistar, that's for Ethan there. All right, Twistar, you wanted US 30. I thought I mentioned US 30 already. All right, guys, I mentioned US 30. So Twistar, just make sure no distractions. All right, no distractions. Guys, all distractions, let them go. All right, let them go, let them go, let them go, let them go. All right, right now, US 30. It went above 52,370. This is a correction. I already mentioned this. All right, impulse correction. Are we together? This is a correction taking place. All right. So here we have a correction. This is now okay. Hold on. Let me do it like this because this might confuse. So this is the valid bullish impulse to the upside. From there, we have the correction of that impulse. So this is the impulse from the support up. All right. This is the impulse. All right. Then we have a correction. Now, inside of the correction, there's micros or micro corrective movements. So what we've done here now, why I like this so much, is because inside of this pullback, we have correction 1. Then we have, impulse 1. Remember, this is the pullback. This is the pullback from here. So here we have the first leg of the pullback. Then we have a correction. Then we have another one. Now check what this one did. It broke not only this leg, but it also broke that leg, which is telling us that there is a big possibility here. We are now resuming back to the upside above that area we broke yesterday, guys. This is a great educational moment right here. Okay, so there's the impulse. This is the pullback. In the pullback, there are micro corrections. Sometimes there's one correction. Sometimes there's micro corrections. That's very important. I think that is a very important point. So in those micro corrections, you got to watch because it's in the micro corrections where you see the breaking of the pullback. Ooh, that's lovely actually. All right, the pullback can be broken by the actual move that's supposed to come now, which derives from here. Please make a note of that. So that's what we're looking for. All right, Euro GBP. There's a lot of bearish momentum now. There's a lot of bearish momentum right now that's coming. Okay, why? Because remember, impulse. This is the pullback. Now look at the pullback. Micro corrections. So first leg, boom. First leg of the pullback. Correction of that leg. Now it's not broken there. So if we do this now, then you know there's more micro corrections coming. In this pullback here. Oh, that's actually good. It's actually good. All right. A lot of divergence that's suggesting it. So it's good. All right. I'm seeing the Anthony USD impulse looks beautiful. Yes. Twistar, I see it there. I see your thanks. Beautiful. Love it, guys. That's what this community is for. That's what this community is for. All right. So, yes, I agree. Great movement there on the USD. Great movement there on the USD. All right. So we're going to leave the Euro GBP at this point in time. We'll wait for it. Okay. Let's go. GBP yen. GBP yen. Now, you can see that we've changed narratives here. We were going up. All right, we were going up. It's clear. Impulse, correction. Impulse, correction, did not break that area, and we kept on going up. Look, boom, up. Now, change of structure. Impulse, all right. Pullback, first leg. Look, correction of the pullback. Then we enter into uncertainty because this one didn't break that one. Then we go up into uncertainty again because it didn't break that one. But then look, boom, we break. You see, this is where it became bearish now. This was the bearish tone. So now we have impulse up. Remember, we're going deeper into this area here. So when I switch down now to the minutes, you're going to see there's going to be a blue line there. There it is. Look, there's the blue. Do you see that? There's the blue. So what we need now we need this guy to be broken. When this guy's broken here, that's brilliant for us. When this guy's broken, then we start pushing down now. So we're waiting for the 1 hour to finish its move. There's no blue line here. There's no, from this impulse, there's no correction of that impulse yet. That's why I use the zigzag, because the zigzag helps you identify these things, guys. All right? Twee Star, like the improvements. Yes. And you got it spot on there, Twee. It's exactly why we're doing it. You with us the entire day. That's precisely why. That's exactly why. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right. So everybody's with me. Can I make sure everybody's tracking here, guys? Because we're doing pretty well. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Then show a brother some love here, man. Show a brother some love, all right? Don't be stingy with those hearts and those hundreds and those likes. Don't be stingy with them, because those likes are going a long way. All right? They're going a long way. They're going to get other people online here so they can also come and experience it, guys. All right? So we're waiting for this one to pan out. Do we still think it's bearish? Yes, it's still bearish. All right, still bearish. All right, we're still bearish. NZEJPY. Now, here is the understanding. It's pretty clear. Here we had the impulse. Here we had the correction. But look, it's still ascended, creating more divergence. So what we need here, we actually need the correction now. So this movement that needs an opposing force so that we can have this. Hold on, there. From there, we can have that. So sometimes you got to want it, guys. You got to want it, all right? You want the impulse to come now so that you can get your move. So in this sense, we are embracing patience, traders. We're embracing patience to say, let the impulse or the correction move now. Come on, come on. Can the market move till there so we can get our move? That is what we're looking for at the end of the day. So we're waiting on NZEJPY. All right, we're waiting on NZEJPY, and we're pretty solid still that we're still going to get what we desire here. All right. The only way we're going to get out of this narrative of coming down is if it breaks this area here. Right now, there's nothing stopping us at this point in time. Nothing. It's just a matter, we're just waiting for time. All right? Then, here's the XAU Euro. Look at that. XAU Euro. Now, again, same structural knowledge. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction. Impulse is attempting to go up. Now, remember, a pullback can be deeper. The pullback, remember, this is the pullback. The pullback has an impulse and a correction. It can have another impulse and another correction. That is how divergence is built up. It's built up like that. See? Impulse, correction. You see, this is the pullback. Then we go up, pullback. That's only one leg then. Then we have another one. Boom. Check how many legs this pullback has. Woo! No, that's good. That's good. So there's an impulse. There the pullback starts. Boom. And then look, it never breaks that structure. And then from there, Pezul to the upside. See that? Man, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Fortunately, the stream is fortunately, not unfortunately, the stream is recorded. So you can always revert back to this. All right. Guys, the zigzag is a beautiful tool to use for structural development. All right. It's not a strategy tool or strategic tool that I'm using. I'm using it for structural development. So you guys can understand that this is what we're seeing in the structure. So right now, this is a pullback with the first leg. Some pullbacks have one leg. This one had 1, 2, 3 legs. Don't look at the blue. The blue just opposes the leg. Like left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg, big right leg. Some have 3 legs, some have 1 leg, some have 2 legs. Whew, that's some good stuff right there. That's some good stuff. Like the stream, my people. Like the stream. So this XAU EU, first leg so far. All right, hold on. Let's go to the NAS so you can see it. The NASDAQ as well. NASDAQ, first leg of that pullback. See that? First leg. Now, remember, the lower you go, there'll be more legs, guys. Let's go to the 10-minute. 10-minute. Look. From there, hold on. Look here. Impulse, pull back. Then it goes up. Then it breaks there. Now, this is where some people would have sold. But this was the left leg. Ooh, this is good stuff. Listen to me. Impulse, right. First leg, leg 1. The opposing leg, the right leg. So it's left leg, right leg. Now, many guys bought there. Right. Then this happens. Boom, the second leg. Then some guys are selling here. Do you see the dichotomy here? All right. Do you guys see the dichotomy? Anthony, yes, there we go, my brother. Yes. Do you see this cobweb, this web of buyers and sellers that immediately gets woven into some form of war? There you have the buyers, here you have the sellers, but we know better. Find the structure or the support structure before the impulse happens. And if you do come onto the stream and you find us here already, track before what happened here, because this tells you where we at. So you don't get involved in a war over here that you know nothing of. Imagine South Africa wants to go and fight the war in Middle East, guys. It's not going to make sense. All right? It's not going to make sense, okay? All right? We are in the Southern Hemisphere. All right? We're in the Southern Hemisphere. We've got Southern Hemisphere challenges and we've got to deal with them, okay? So check this out. Wherever you find us on the stream, let's say you come on here for the first time and this is where we're at, and you want to get into a long, you got to listen to the context. This is the context of this one here. Context of this here. So that's why when it does that and you buy, don't stress when it goes down, because you know it's contextually from this area here. So buyers get in there, sellers get in here, they put their stop losses, they're panicking, they're in fear, they don't know what to do, and then boom, Zulu, we go up again. See, this is the sign that we're done with that pullback over there. Left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg. All right, we get into a new impulse right there. So this is the pullback of this one. So who cares if it goes till there? It doesn't matter if it goes till there. Are we together, guys? You got to care if it goes and passes there. Is everybody clear on that, guys? Don't worry about this. This was the impulse head. This is the impulse leg. Is everybody tracking with me here? I'm going to give these guys, I'm going to give you 15 seconds real quickly. Let me know there in the chat facility if you're tracking with me, guys. I got to know this. I got to know. So don't be worried about the head of the pullback. It's the leg. You don't, guys, if the leg gets taken out. Sorry about that. Sorry, that's my mistake. If the leg of the impulse gets taken out, that's the problem. Price can do what it wants to in here. Doesn't matter. Shouldn't take that out because that's the higher low in the structure. All right. So I wanted to mention that so you guys can understand why I am still long here. All right. Okay. GBP NZD. Guys, I'm still long here. Why would I get out? I said to you guys, even if it comes down, it doesn't matter. So let's put that into context once again. Let's get context. Support impulse. So the pullback is happening. This pullback here on the shorter time frames. All right, hold on. Let's do this. Look. This impulse here. I'll place this rectangle there so you can see. And you'll notice the impulse. So that entire move to the upside has had many impulses already. It had many pullbacks. So I'm not concerned about these areas here. I'm only dealing from that one to that one. That's it. That was the new impulse. So this is a pullback of this impulse. I don't care. I couldn't give a rip about this. Support, impulse, pullback is happening. We already have what? First leg, left leg. Left leg is developed. Look, left leg. So that's the right leg. The right leg should be on the shorter time frames. There's the right leg. So there's the next left leg. So this pullback has more legs. Oh, man, that's good stuff, man. Oh, that's good stuff. Yes, Anthony, the leg is the main meal. Once sellers take out legs or buyers, oh, my word. No. Actually, here's the great thing. Right? Make a note of this. Sellers take out legs and buyers take out heads. All right? Make a note of that. Sellers take out legs and buyers take out heads. Quote, close quote, Ashley Reeve. All right? So here we have leg one, leg two. Left leg, right leg. Left leg is still where? Above this area here. So why would I get out even if that happens? This is why people fear to stay in their positions, because they don't understand that a pullback has one leg or two legs or three legs. Once you get that, the fear is out of you. Once you practice that, the fear gets out. Okay. So I'm still here. I'm leaving it as is. All right. Let's quickly go now. AUDJPY. Look at this, guys. Impulse. Pullback has started there. This is the left leg. Watch when I go down. Look. Hold on. So you know what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with this one here. So if I go down, you know exactly where we're at. First, there's the left leg, right leg. Look what the second one did there. See there? Left, right. Left. So now when I go down, watch, it's going to be a blue right leg here. There we go. There it is. There's the blue. There's the right leg. Look there. You see that? So there is a right leg here. And they're all doing what? They're staying below. So what we need now is this next left one here below 1.13. That's it. Until then, we're still bullish. Only when we break the 1.13 here, then we know all those legs have been taken out by the sellers. Done. We go now. All right. Euro JPY. Look at this. Already has the impulse. If I go down, you're going to see the red one now. Watch. There it is there. Look. Right there. There it is there. Look. So now we're waiting for what? A blue, which is the right leg of this one here. Let's go down. Let's see. It's not there yet. Oh, there it is. 5 minutes. There it is. You see that, guys? So we're making progress. Now, here's the thing. What you want is you want them to be on the 1 hour. If you're trading the 1 hour. Yes, you'll find the detail on the minutes. But if you're trading a 1 hour directional chart, you want the legs to develop there. That's a very important point. All right? You want the legs there. If you're trading a 15-minute directional chart, guys, this is the thing when it comes to trading direction. You can have a trend that's developed on a 15-minute. You can have a trend on an hour, on 4 hours, on 8 hours, on a daily. What you're dealing with here, if you're trading a 15-minute trend, all that means is you are trading a micro trend in a 15-minute format that's still part of an hourly trend. Ooh, I'm going to say it again. If you are trading a micro trend on a 15-minute time frame, it's still part of the hourly trend. You've just cut it into a smaller window. That is why you got to learn your zones. You got to learn your zones now. All right. So this one is still looking lacquer. Here. I see there for Tanya, another problem you hear. That's what matters. You came. That's good. All right. Guys, don't forget to like the stream. Let more guys come on here to get the content. All right. And it's absolutely mahala. You guys, you're not paying jack for it. All right. GBP CAD, guys. GBP CAD, I'm going to go there. Twister wants to see what's happening, what's cracking there. So GBP CAD gave us what we needed. All right. Now, remember those zones that I spoke to you about and insulating yourself? It's exactly what happened here. It's what happened there. It's exactly what happened there. Insulate yourself. Don't trust one price area. All right. Yes, it's good if you are very accurate with that, but don't trust it. All right, guys. Let me say this. The moment you think you're getting excellent at it, be very afraid. There's no such thing as perfection. You may just be one trade away from losing everything. So never get to the place where you are so, I'm not going to say confident because you need confidence. I'm going to say don't ever get to the place where you're so self-centered thinking you're getting everything right. All trades are, doesn't work like that in life. That's a life principle. You got to go through valleys. You got to go through, go up to mountains. You got to go through storms. You're going to go get away from a storm. You got to deal with problems. You got to go over obstacles. That is what it's like in this earthly dimension. That's just life. Okay, that's important. So GBP CAD right now, it's gone to that area as anticipated. So which means I can't look at the minute frames here anymore. All right, Twister. I have to now go and look at higher time frames here. So that's what I'm going to do now. Higher time frames. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right. So on a 4 hour, you see what we did on the 1 hour, we capitalized on one of the legs. All right. We capitalized on one of the legs. All right. I'll say it again. We capitalized on one of the legs, which was this leg over here. We capitalized with that long. It came down since then. So you can look at the structure now on a higher time frame. It is more bearish. Go to the 4 hour. It's a little bit more bearish. You see that? Hold on. Yeah. It's a little bit more bearish. Okay. So I'm going to look at it from a 4 hour perspective. Just give it time. Sorry. All right. So I anticipate this one. Sorry, guys. It's just so I'm seeing 5187. This is a 4 hour chart. It's already done the 1 hour leg development. Now it's going into the hourlies. Okay. It's now going into the hourlies. So I anticipate it to drop completely. But I'll watch this high here. Let me put a. This is the area I would watch for pullbacks. Once it dips below 187, I'd watch these highs, because what can happen is this: it can drop, and then it does this, takes out all those stop losses, and then from there, boom. You see that? So I'd watch those highs, because this would be left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg. Oh man, this is, guys, I hope you guys, let me pause here. Guys, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? Listen to this. Left leg coming down, right leg, left leg. Do you guys see that? It's critical, guys. It's critical. So I anticipate 1.87321. Right there. All right. That's what I anticipate. So watch these highs here very carefully, GBP CAD. This is for all the guys that's trading the 4 hour chart. There's the guys trading the 4-hour chart. Guys, we're still doing very well here. Let me loop back quickly. All right, so the gold price, you can still see we're above the 4112. All right, GBP USD, I'm still, guys, it's still, nothing's changed. Remember I said to you here with the NZD USD, we could be coming up. Look at that. You see that? Guys, you're going to come and tell me again. And I'm going to say this confidently because that's what we provided, TD, guys. All right, you've come to the right place. Okay? This is a community where you can really get your ducks in a row. All right, you can really get your ducks in a row. Let's go to the S&P 500. We've now gone. I see the upside here. Look at this. You see that impulse pullback? Do you see that, guys? On the 1 hour, impulse pullback. So if we do this, don't be worried. This is just the pullback, right? That's the pullback. Look at this. Look how many legs it's had. Left, right, left, right, left, right. So we've not gotten out of the pullback yet. Do you see that? What we're going to need here, look how deep it's going to go now. Watch. Left, right. But then look at the next one. See, that impulse is above. So we need these legs now to start walking. Not Johnny Walker, no. We need them to start walking. Where? Up towards this area here. Ooh, it's good stuff. Namibia. No venue. Anthony, I see it there. You took the bound NZD. And with the risk and reward, yes, good. Keep that risk, yes. Guys, think about the risk always. That's very good. So keep the risk. Look at this. And remember, and I'm going to take what Anthony said. Anthony said, I take the opportunity. The risk and reward looks good. I take the opportunity. So this is an opportunity. You can see it. Now, for me here, I'm short on it. So I'm not going to hedge it and go long now. Because for me, this is just another leg, right? But for Anthony might not be in the sell here. Anthony might say, I've come onto the stream for the first time now, and I see a buy. No problem. That's what it is. That's trading. We're going to come from different angles, but ultimately we want to make profits, isn't it so? So let's wait for it, guys. We did very well here. Guys, we are moving. Bitcoin is also still up there. I'm not seeing any issues on BTC. In fact, let me just go there quickly. Ethereum, we're still waiting for it. Solana, we're still waiting for it. I'm just changing my profiles here, all right? I'm just changing the profile. Just give it a quick, just give it a few seconds here to respond. All right. Nice. All right, BTC. Woo! Where's Sammy now? Look at BTC. I'm telling you, 71,000, guys. 71,976. I'm just saying. And look at the impulses, guys. See that leg one? Because this is the impulse to the downside. Opposing force, right? Then look at left, right. Look, left, boom. Do you see the change? Man, look at the change there. Look at the change. All right. So now obviously we're waiting for pullback here. I mean, that's needless to say. But the pullbacks is going to, that's where the support gets created for further upside. 71. All right, brilliant, guys. No. Guys, we're doing very well here. And look how quick time goes, man. Cheap. See, when you're really learning and so forth, time goes pretty quick. All right. So, guys, the next trading room is at 3 o'clock. That is pre-market, pre-US open. And I'm pretty excited to see what NAS 100 does at the US Open. I'm absolutely excited to see what it does there. So let's see, man. Let's see how it goes, guys. I'll see you guys at 3 o'clock, all right? Don't be late, guys. Don't be late. Make sure you get on. at 3 o'clock. So we see what the NAS does. We're pretty excited about the NAS. We want to see if we're going to have good earnings coming out there, guys, for your Alphabet, your Tesla, and so forth. All right, so pre-market open, watch it. All right, that's 3 o'clock. I'll be on, and we'll be taking it from there. All right, I'll see you guys soon. There's the leg with the GBP-NZD. Look at that. There's the leg now. There's the leg. So we're going deeper into this impulse. Do you see the pullback? So this pullback, from this area to that area, deeper pullback, deeper pullback, deeper pullback. Oh, yeah. What we don't want is this. See, that's the leg of the impulse. Yeah. We don't want price to go down all the way past that. If it goes past there, it becomes, hey, wait, we have to mitigate risk now. All right. So I'll see you guys at 3, and we'll see what has happened there. All right. What a great one, guys. Fantastic stuff. I'll see you guys soon. Ashley Reeve here, signing out. Ciao, ciao.